This is There Goes My Money.
All right, welcome everyone to another There Goes My Money. This is recorded on Labor Day. We're laboring today, this September 4th, episode number 29. And today I have with me Jason Kirk, executive producer.
Secondary producer, executive producer, whatever works.
And Eric, is it Cronover or Crownover?
Crownover.
Crownover.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. I get that a lot.
I think I've heard it both ways, and that's why I wasn't sure. So, anyway, how was your Labor Days?
Mine was fine. Picnic with the family. My son got to run around like crazy, so that's always good. Tuckered him out, and he went to bed pretty easy. So, but yeah, just ready to get back to work tomorrow.
Mine was a car ride from Pittsburgh to Indiana.
Oof.
Yeah. A lot better than a bus ride. Much better than a bus ride.
So let's go ahead and move on to the first item. First item up is the Toy Alliance Mega Action Series MAS-02 Megatron. And of course their MAS-01 was Optimus Prime. That's the one figure I've had. I think I showed it off on There Goes My Money, but I might also on, definitely on Radio Free Cybertron.
You did on both.
Did on both.
Yes.
And, he jumped up in price. Optimus Prime was about $179. This is up to $199.
Oh, wow.
And it's estimated to be released December.
And you're going to buy it, aren't you?
I don't know if I'm going to get it right away, just because of falling in the month of December is not good.
No. Although you did specify you got the Prime because you were planning on getting the Megatron too, so.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get this. I just don't know when. But he's super articulated because he doesn't transform, and he does have lights in the eyes and also on the cannon on this one.
Yep.
Probably in the chest too. It looks like he might have some light up chest feature.
Yeah, it looks really neat. Luckily, I'll get to pass though, because it's not a Unicron lamp, so I don't have to work that bad.
And it's licensed, so it is an official product licensed by
It's real
Hasbro.
Third party.
Yes.
Would this be second party?
No, it's actual third party. What third party really is. Licensed.
Licensed is
Yeah, third party is actually supposed to be a licensed company that isn't Hasbro, a company that's licensed by Hasbro doing it. So what we call third party is really unlicensed. It shouldn't really be called, it's an unlicensed third party.
Then it should be a fourth party.
Yeah, honestly.
Doing it all wrong.
We have been calling it the wrong thing for a while now, so yeah, let's call it fourth party. And
Yeah,
what are KOs? KOs like fifth party?
Well, second party, would Takara be considered second party in our loose little redux here?
Well, if Takara takes care of doing most of the molds and...
Oh, yeah.
Saying they have Japan, like, all to themselves, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they'd be first party or second party. We can make them second party just so we have something in that gap, just for fun.
Yeah, there you go. So, Diecast isn't sure about right away. Eric's passing. See, to me, this is like the perfect way to do a Megatron. Because, like, having Masterpiece Megatron transform and stuff is great. He looks great in his gun mode. But I can't tell you how many people I've heard say, I transform in the gun mode once, I'm never going to do it again. And not even because it's necessarily hard, because the second Masterpiece that just came out recently, people really enjoy the transformation. But, the gun is the gun. You can only do so much with it. It's, having a representation of Megatron that people really seem to enjoy. So for me, this is the Megatron you want. But, and Diecast, how much taller are they? Just ballpark it. You don't have to. How much taller are these than like a Masterpiece?
Does it say it's 18
three
inches?
Times.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a 1.5 feet, I think, right?
Yeah. Okay. 18. Yeah. So
I was gonna say you basically have to have the Optimus if you want something to display this with.
Yeah.
Well, right.
Well, he would. It wouldn't be the right scale, but you can put him next to Combiner Wars Devastator, and they're going to be about the same size.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really fit into. Yeah, you're having these two separate. But Megatron's the one character that if they said, "Hey, we're going to do a Masterpiece Megatron. It doesn't transform. It's fully articulated. It'll cost you $100," I'd buy it. I wouldn't even hesitate. That'd be the one time. And not even that I have a problem with the gun mode. I love the fact that Megatron turns into a gun. I do want Masterpiece Megatron. But to me, just the fact that Megatron looks so much better without, and this one's even kind of panely with everything they had to do to make it work. Just being able to have a full G1 Megatron would be nice. And this one has a little added to it that isn't quite G1, even though it's inspired by it. So, to me, this is what you want to do with a Megatron. Make it maybe non-transforming, but, they're going for a whole different aesthetic with this. And that Prime that came before it.
And this is one like, I'm getting the Optimus Prime or have the Optimus Prime and I'm getting the Megatron, then I'm done. I don't care what else they come out with. They're too big. I knew going in I just wanted the Prime and the Megatron, and that was it.
What if Jetfire's next?
I think
how
I'd
big
still
would that
stay
be?
away from it.
It would be at least 2 feet, right?
Oh jeez.
Yeah, my
Now-
fans' toys Jetfire is just, Skyfire is just fine.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
Is Flame Toys the company that's doing like the like Action Master type thing? Like they're fully articulated. They're doing like a Drift and a Tarn. The Drift's the only one that's been like fully
Flame
revealed.
Toys.
The Tarn was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah. How tall are those? Like would those scale with these or no? I don't think those are. I
They're
don't know.
not this
I don't
tall,
know.
no.
I was gonna say I don't think they're 1.5 feet. I was just curious if that would even be something you could put with them. But I guess probably not. Maybe the Drift. Depending on how tall Drift is, he should be smaller, right? So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we always forget a lot of people just, display their figures like these are all my Megatron figures, these are all my Optimus Prime
It's
figures.
true.
So there, it doesn't really matter. I mean, scales out the window. When you're doing
that's
that.
fine
Yeah.
there.
So, but yeah, if you want to put this with something, get the Optimus Prime. Unless you got a ton of space, you're probably going to be like me and just be like, I'm calling it a day after that.
Yeah.
So next on the list, we have another 200-ish figure, Fans Hobby Master Builder MB06 Power Baser. Sorry. Not Master Power Baser. He's Power Baser.
He is a master builder though, so he's one of those.
He's a master builder. Combine those things all together and you got a mouthful.
Yeah, you do.
Jeez.
I'm not sure what to think of this.
I think he's beautiful.
Wait, which one is this again? I'm blanking.
The Power Master Prime.
Oh yeah. Okay. Are they doing an Overlord too?
Yes. I think
It's coming later though.
I think we
still.
did see an
Oh,
Overlord.
I don't remember the
from
Overlord.
this
Okay.
I remember. I think I've seen a picture of the robot mode, but that's like an old picture. Like that was the first prototype. But I've also seen, I think, the jet mode next to the Power Master Prime in vehicle mode. It's like almost as big.
Yeah,
Just
wasn't that one of the 200 slides we saw from TFCon?
Yeah,
and,
yeah, exactly. You blink and you miss it. Out of
yeah, Jason, how could you forget that? I mean, it was.
I mean, yeah, it was on screen for all of 1.86 seconds. So
yeah, exactly. So memorable.
We only have a half an hour to get through 200 slides.
go.
So yeah, the thing that kind of sticks out to me on this is I'm looking at those legs with that panel over the wheels that just kind of, I wish that turned around or something. I don't know. It's sticking out just a little bit too much.
Yeah, it does seem a little out of place.
I know that Make Toys with their, what's it called? Is it the Cross Dimension series? The one that like the Striker Mantis or whatever? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, isn't that one really small?
But like they're doing their own take on Power Master Prime, which is smaller. I think it's like leader class size.
Yeah, I think so.
But I love Striker Noir so much, and they're doing a Nemesis version of the Power Master Prime first before they even do regular Power Master Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's not that those are like the same thing, but that's where my money's going for a third-party Power Master Prime. I want a black one since I already have 2 normal colored ones from Titan's Return now. I want that black one from the series that I know I really, really like. And just because I don't care that much for Masterpiece.
Yeah, and fun fact, Striker Manus is number 1 on my list of things to get at TFCon.
You should get Noir.
No, I want. Okay,
He has all the extra weapons. The extra weapons are what make him like so much better too.
We'll see what it looks like when I see him in person. But Striker Manus, one of those molds is coming home with me. Probably Striker Manus, but maybe you could convince me to go otherwise. But the base mode looks a little. I don't know about the base mode. I mean, sure, I don't think that should be the primary focus because, sure, it's great it has a base mode, but how many people are actually? People might display it in, truck mode because, that's a cool truck mode. People will probably display it in robot mode because of Power Master Prime. Yeah. But the base mode doesn't really do much for me. But oh my god, those guns on top of the frickin' cab, those things are huge. It's a nice looking figure, but like Eric said, I've also seen those Make Toys, pictures coming out of their Power Master or Power Master-ish take on Nemesis and Prime, and I think those do look a little better.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people rumor that Fans Hobby is actually the reincarnation of Fans Project. What do you guys think of that? I mean, I know that this is kind of getting off topic for this show, but I think with the time it's been since we've heard anything from Fans Project, it's a good time to just for a brief second talk about that.
Well, how long are we removed from anything coming out of Fans Project?
The last thing that were those Dinobot girls.
Oh, wow.
Did one of them get released?
Both of them did.
Yeah.
Or is that? I think one did. Unless.
I think
or was that a different company?
Both of them get reviewed.
Or was I thought?
I thought they got released at the same time. Both of those female Dinobots.
I think
so. But their Snarl or one of those never came out, and it's been a while, and people have had those Dinobots. I just, Fans Hobby to Fans, there's a lot, we were talking about it earlier, there's a lot of companies that start with Fans, but it just seems similar that they kind of did go right into the Headmasters, doing the monster bots, but were the monster bots Headmasters?
Oh, yeah, crap. I don't remember.
I got
were they in Headmasters? Is that what you're asking?
I don't know.
Are you asking if they are literal
Headmasters? I thought they were literally Headmasters, and then
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they aren't.
I don't think so
I'm not
either.
100%, but I don't think they are.
But anyway, just to digress, I've heard that this company may be the reincarnation of Fans Project.
Wait, so they made the monster bots. Is that the same mold that they're going to make, like the Transmetals, like the BotCon Megatron? Aren't they reusing the double cross mold?
The Phaelong?
Do you not remember that?
Well, I remember Phaelong.
Yeah, that one.
I know Phaelong because Phaelong's another one I really
Megatron
want.
out of that.
I've heard rumors, so maybe. And I know that I really want Phaelong too. Phaelong looks freaking. Phaelong was one where I was watching a review, and my girlfriend even looked at it and was like, "Ooh, that's cool." I'm like, "Well, hey, we should buy one at $140, how much they are." But
yeah, they're doing a BotCon Megatron version of, like the Transmetals, which is that like 3 Transmetal, or is it 2 Transmetal 2 Megatron? I forget which number it is sometimes.
I want to say 2. I think 2 sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's 2. For some reason, I'm like, the 3's popping in my head. I'm like, I don't think that's right. Yeah, they're doing a Transmetals like 2 Megatron reuse out of that. I just saw pictures because they had teased that like a while ago and just shown, I think, something for like a head sculpt. But then just recently on Twitter, I saw something for like remolded wings for that, and it looked pretty interesting. Now, by no means does it look super accurate, but it's clearly what it's intended to be, and it looks neat. And I just got us off track.
No, that's okay.
I actually have I'm displaying pictures of Phaelong right now on the video feed, so. And yeah, he's so gorgeous. But I could totally see that being
I know, it's so neat.
Megatron.
That may be a TFCon pickup for you.
Well, he's listed on.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be an exclusive. What the
Yeah.
Megatron version?
He's got 125 for Feilong right now, so yeah,
That's not bad.
get down to $100, maybe lucky. Don, work the Dononomics, see what happens, and try to get.
I don't
somewhere.
think you'd scare them that much.
Well, Don will
think
be
you're
there. I'll just
scary as
drag him
Don.
over to the table with me. Like, hey, Don, come here.
I need your services.
Right.
We're going to have a very special There Goes My Money. And I think it's just going to be us following people around and trying to get them to buy stuff.
Hey,
This
if
is
you-
great. You need to buy it.
if you want to make that happen, Diecast, we can do that.
Yeah.
I will make sure there is footage and audio of that if you want to.
Next up on the list, we have Mastermind Creations, Ocular Max, PS06R, TERRAEGIS Rally 2017 convention exclusive. That's a mouthful.
Yes.
But this is Ocular Max's exclusive that was at TFCon in Toronto, and apparently some retailers are getting their hands on it, leftover stock to sell to the public. And it's good. I don't know if this means it just didn't sell out or they made enough that the convention exclusives are getting so popular they want to make sure everyone can get one.
That's my guess. Yeah, I don't think that. From what I'm hearing, people who see this pick it up as soon as they see it. So I don't think.
Yeah, I think it sold well. Is this the thing that's like their own take, or is this Diaclone-ish? I can't remember what the inspiration was for this, or was this like their own thing?
I think this was their own thing.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Which because I remember being kind of surprised when I heard that.
Which I applaud them for.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm not going to buy this one, but I like this.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I like it, but I'm not going to buy it. I already have 2 of this mold. So
Yeah. Speaking of Don, I think this is one he was. He said he got recently on RC.
Yep.
So he definitely wanted it. It's a little too yellow for me. Not really big on the mold, so not something I'm looking for. But it's nice. I mean, for what it is, other than in truck mode, that giant like Lego block looking thing in the middle of the windshield kind of kills it for me a little bit. But it's actually, it's a very clean alt mode. That's very well done, other than that one little part. So good
For
toy.
$110, it's not bad, but I just don't need it.
Yeah, especially for something that was a convention exclusive, because you'd think maybe they might try
Yeah,
to do a little
that's
higher
really
on that.
decent
So
pricing. Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah. And then, speaking of convention exclusives, I think that's what this was also. Mastermind
Oh, yeah.
Creation, R27AM CALIDUS, asterisk mode.
This is wonderful.
It looks
Oh,
beautiful.
I
Looks
need it.
so nice.
I need it.
I'm a little surprised. I like this better than the Rodimus colors.
Me too.
I'm not surprised. I knew it. I was, whenever they announced the Rodimus, I was like, well, I can pass on this, but if they do that one color scheme, it's done. And then they did it. So
Would this be considered shattered glass Rodimus?
I don't know if it's IDW or the
It's ID
Shattered Glass.
No,
I think
it's
it's IDW, right?
It's his current color scheme in IDW. This is his I'm going to get revenge on Getaway color scheme, which you might not know because they're almost 10 issues into Lost Light, and we haven't seen that at all because the story's meandering. But no, this is directly the color scheme from the current Lost Light book.
That's what I thought. Is that what the Power of the Primes redeco of Rodimus Prime is supposed to be, or is that supposed to be Shattered Glass?
I don't know it because the image, those images that no one really
super
saw.
Clear.
No, they never existed. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
I don't know what you mean.
if they did exist, and I close my eyes and think about it, they were kind of in between from what we could see.
Yeah, I want to say it was like Shattered Glass, but I doubt they're going to do the mustache.
Right.
Like that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
that'd kind of be my guess.
Like, cause I know with the original Masterpiece Rodimus or Hot Rod figure that they did, colors like this. So that's why I was thinking like
And
shattered glass.
That was Shattered Glass, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're really similar, but they aren't quite the exact same.
No.
But
yeah, right. This is the IDW.
Yeah, and I know this styling is more IDW as Mastermind Creations tends to do.
Mhm.
You know, they have the DJD figures
Mhm.
and
I
all
love
that
that Tarn.
stuff.
The Tarn is right next to me.
Yeah, that Tarn's been evading me because
TFCon.
I ordered it from eBay and it never showed up.
Ooh.
It never showed up. Oh,
Did you get your money back?
Yeah, I got my money
Okay.
back, but it was one of those I used the coupon.
Oh, hold on, Eric. I need to put. Okay, go ahead and show him again.
it's so perfect. Just look at him.
Nice.
He does
So
look
beautiful.
great.
It's like the coolest character design ever. That's why I want to get. Whenever they announced the Flame Toys like Action Master things, I was like, oh great, a line I can pass on. Then they announced the Tarn. I was like, thank you. You made the one thing I have to buy now.
But yeah, it was an eBay, one of those flash sales where I got like a $15 coupon, so it loaded
Gotcha.
down to enough that I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this figure now, and then it never came.
Ouch. Now, another thing I like about this, at least from a personal perspective, is when they debuted Lost Light and they changed Rodimus's color scheme. I didn't like it at all. I really didn't. I hated it, really. And now that I've seen it on a toy and like it this much, it just tells me how much I just don't like the art in Lost Light anymore. I'm so over that book. It's sad. But, yeah, again, TFCon. Although, I don't know, because, like Diecast pointed out, the pre-orders for this are already sold out. So, you know, FYI, keep your eye out for it. This is one you probably won't find at a cheaper price anywhere if you find it at
How
all.
much is it on
100.
pre-order? Even if it's sold out, 100.
Yeah. Which,
And it's going to be an exclusive at.
well,
or wait,
it wasn't
was it already?
exclusive.
It was
It's not,
exclusive.
yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
originally it was $85, maybe $90. So it went up a little bit after being an exclusive, but
If I'd gotten a pre-order in, I would have paid 100 for it. But
yeah.
sad.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't check all the sites, but it looks like a couple of them are definitely sold out already for the pre-orders on this.
Yeah, if you see it on the site, you just grab it and cancel it if you have to, maybe. But if you're going for it, do it.
Or find a friend that really wanted it and pass it along.
Yeah.
So, finally on the list, we need to talk about something everyone needs. Head. So, we have the Fans Toys FT-08G and FT-08X grinder heads, and these are the heads to make your Grimlock dinosaur mode look more G1.
Right.
And I mean, it's not a whole lot different, cause I was trying to explain it to Brian the other day in email. It's not a whole lot different, but it definitely does make the Grimlock head in dinosaur mode more G1 accurate, and also more, not really toy accurate, but more
Cartoon.
G1.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, more cartoon.
Why didn't they just go with that head to begin with? I don't get it. Like, why didn't they just not mess it up?
Well,
I don't know.
they always like to put, you know, they're not trying to, for the most part, they're not always trying to go, you know, directly as a copy of what's come before. You know, they do like to put their own little accents on it and stuff like that. And in this case, it was later decided, hey, for $20, we can sell people another head that makes it even more. So you can change it out and change how you want to display your Dinobot.
And I think a couple people on forums may have complained, like, oh, I don't like that head.
Mhm.
And in this case, instead of including it with the next figure or something, maybe this is a test. Like, oh, I wonder if these people that are complaining will actually pay extra for the head instead of us having to include it in the next figure.
Yeah.
It's almost like, hey, I wonder if these people that are complaining a certain toy's pre-order got canceled will buy it if we uncancel the pre-orders.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, maybe.
That would never happen. What are you talking about?
I don't know. They're just a thought. hypothetical,
Completely unlikely.
Galaxy meteor. But yeah, I was telling Jason earlier in the show, or earlier before the show, that I did order the additional head for my grinder that's in my case over there, just because it's more cartoon accurate. But my G2, I'm leaving with the head that it came with. I'm not buying the additional head because it's G2. It can be a little bit different.
That's why I was curious why they made the G2 one. I mean, I guess because it's still more accurate, but I was just thinking to myself, I was like, if you're going to make the one that's dead on accurate, it's G1. Like, you don't need the G2. It can be slightly different, at least to me. That's how I was thinking. I guess
that's how I was thinking about it too. Yeah.
Like, that's fine to be a little different. It doesn't have to be identical with a different color scheme. Like,
well, but how much more does it cost them just to do it in a different color? Might as well, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess if you already got the mold, I mean,
that is true.
Now, how long have you had your grinder, Diecast?
My grinder, probably about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, so give it 2 or 3 months, release something for $20, it changes it a bit. I think if this had come out right after the fact, maybe people would just like scoff at it, like, well, why didn't you just include it with the toy? But I think if you give a little bit of padding like this and just say, hey, it's $20, I can see people not having a major problem and just going for it.
I mean, I look at it, I'm like, $20 for a head? But
there's a joke there I'm not going to make, but
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
But I will. Speaking of head, I also got some today on Labor Day. I was very surprised because it's a holiday and it came in the mail. I got the Boss Legends Cosmos Dominator, which is the Unicron head. And I put a review on RFC Reviews on YouTube. Definitely check it out. I really like the head.
I am currently showing footage of you playing with the mouth right now, so people can see a preview of what they'll get.
Yeah, and it can eat Titan Masters, so.
Like Trypticon, except you don't have to fix hips because it doesn't have hips.
Well played.
It's probably the only figure I would buy just a head of, because I think it makes sense with Unicron.
Oh God, yeah. I like this. I like the kind of stylized version of it too. That's really, if it doesn't set you back too much, that's something cool to just have hanging out on a shelf.
Yeah. Wasn't Megatron like a little drone head in Beast Machines? Or am I making that up?
There was a little weird,
because he had like a billion different bodies in that show, right? And like, wasn't
Right.
at one point he had like a little, he was like literally just a little drone head or something like that. You can make a head out of that. That's a character. Everyone would totally want that. I'm sure that would sell so well.
Absolutely. Yeah, as long as we're just selling heads for people to buy, sure, why not add that one in too?
I'm sure there's probably several movie heads you could sell to movie Optimus Prime too,
Mm-hmm.
He likes those faces.
He does. He'll buy them all.
Did you guys get anything cool this week?
Go ahead, Eric. Get anything?
I got Siege on Cybertron since the last time I was on the recording.
How'd you get that, Eric? I thought you didn't get a pre-order in for that.
Yeah, I didn't get a pre-order. There's this guy, I guess he was okay, and he gave me his pre-order, so thank you again for that. That was really cool of you. So
oh, no problem.
I love the box set. It's so good.
First of all, I'm glad you got one that seemed to have decent QC, so you're welcome for that.
The only thing that was wrong with mine is the Thunderwing Titan Master. One of the little parts of like the horns, kind of just cracked off.
Oh,
but it's really, really tiny, so it's like barely even noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, I could live with that.
Literally it. Yeah, I was gonna say, compared to the problems other people have been having with like missing parts on the Magnus Prime and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm glad that I lucked out with my.
I hope you can find a God Bomber someday, because that's why I gave you the pre-order. Because they're like, well, I don't think we're bringing God Bomber over. Like, well, I guess Eric can get my pre-order now.
I'm gonna say I have to find a God Bomber some way, somehow. It will happen eventually.
Cool. Let's see. I think I might have already mentioned that I got, on a previous episode, I got Octane and Blitzwing, but I had to go get another Blitzwing because I transformed him into tank mode, and I looked at one of the fins on the front. First of all, this thing tabs together much better as Megatron as than it does as Blitzwing, which is weird. It looks better as Blitzwing, but it doesn't tab together nearly as good. And I'm looking at the one little panel in the front. I'm like, what? There's something on it. Like, and I have a kid. I'm like, it looks like baby food. So I brought it closer and sniffed them. Like, there's baby food on my Blitzwing. Not for me, because my son is 3 now. He doesn't eat baby food anymore. So someone in the factory was eating baby food because the box was sealed.
maybe they were feeding their baby while they were making the toys.
I don't know what they do in Vietnam, but geez. So I took it back.
You don't think someone returned it, do you?
Well, like I said, the box was still sealed, and he had all the plastic little clippy things were all still there. I mean, I'm sure if you were trying to be real careful, maybe you could get it in, but I don't see how. So yeah, I have one that doesn't have baby food on it.
So did you return the one?
Yeah, I exchanged it. And then over the course of the week, I got on Twitch a couple days, and I put my Repo labels on. Light's not going to do too good on my Titans Return Chrome Dome. And what's wrong with the headmasters?
They can't fight without Chrome Dome.
They can't, especially if you have no head. But I will say that just the stickers for the visor and the faceplate alone make a huge difference. So that was cool to do this week. But other than that, no, probably not going to be a lot coming up because I got to save up for TFCon, unless somehow I find Windblade and the other one I can't remember whether it's Top Spin or
it's
Twin Twist.
It's Twin Twist. Yeah, Twin Twist is the other one. Oh, he's good.
Diecast has him. Great.
Wait, do you not have? What's the other one on the wave?
I've got. Misfire. I'm getting
Misfire.
My friend actually ordered the Takara one for me for my birthday. So
that's nice.
I'll be getting him from Takara. Yeah, I have cool friends. So
Misfire's nice. Twin Twist is nice, or Top Spin or whatever. Now I'm getting confused.
It's Twin Twist.
I always get
the first one. Twin Twist, the one with the drills.
All right, so top is first. Top is first. Okay, I'll remember that now.
And Twist has the drills. That's how I remember it.
But Spin could be drills too, so I always get confused.
That's fair.
Windblade is a little disappointing.
Really? I really like Windblade.
I've heard
she has problems, so I'm not going to deny that, but right. I really like her.
I just think she's so simple. They could have done more with her, maybe especially in the arms and hand area.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
No, yeah. Yeah, XV was the first one to point that out, and I couldn't unsee it ever since he mentioned how tiny those forearms are. And that's a figure that if I've seen reviewers that either absolutely love it, it's total robot underneath the chat.
Yeah.
I've seen reviewers that absolutely love it, and viewers are like, eh. There's no in between. It's either you love it or you wish you just kept the Generations one instead.
Oh, gosh, I think it's far better than the Generations one.
I do too, but some people don't.
I'm not going to say that it's great, but man, it is far better than the Generations one for me because, it can stand up.
Yeah, and I think mine's standing up right behind my shoulder right now because she's leaning against Combiner Wars Superion who's behind her, so he's kind of her crutch.
So a couple people did tweet at me things that they got. And I apologize because I can't find any of those tweets right now, and I can't for the life of me remember. I do see someone got a Triptychon on the tfradio.net/Amazon link.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. That helps us so much.
Yeah, tfradio.net/Titan Eater, I believe is our link for that.
Yes, Titan Eater. That just helps keeps the lights on and helps pay for some of the costs because believe it or not, it's really expensive to do a podcast and try and put it out everywhere, especially on Roku and all that
it's
stuff.
It's expensive to do a popular podcast. Mine doesn't cost as much to do, but Brian, he's got some expenses.
I mean,
he only does 1,000 podcasts too.
Yeah.
So,
if you're just putting a podcast on YouTube, I mean, that's free to do. It's putting it everywhere else that gets expensive.
Bandwidth is still pretty expensive. Yep.
Yeah. And then something else I want to mention, someone put on Twitter, I thought this was kind of cool. For an additional $4.95, I will provide a receipt that matches what you told your wife you paid for this.
I hope this
for
guy's
the
at
next
TFCon.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. Can you put out? It was only like $24.99. Come home with a Triptychon.
I walk
That's only
yeah.
$24.99.
I walk in with Fei Long. Imagine that. It was only $5. Although my girlfriend is going to be at TFCon, so I'm not going to be able to pull that off.
But that's pretty much. Again, make sure to check out my review of the Unicron head. It's only about 9 minutes long, so it's definitely worth checking out. And
anytime Diecast gets head, you definitely want to watch.
Yeah, it made my whole day.
I don't know if I'm going to agree to that, but okay.
I was so excited, especially because it was not, I didn't expect to get it. So that makes it all the much more better.
Absolutely. It does. Can't deny that.
I don't even know what we're doing.
How can we reach you guys on Twitter or anywhere?
Well, Eric keeps changing his information, so let's find out from him first.
Okay. If the Skype wasn't on purpose, I got locked out of my account, so that was not a purposeful change. My Twitter is no longer at Aramis Prime; it's at Eric Crowbar. And I think there's 2 C's. To be honest, I barely remember how I spell it usually. So I'm also on, if you have Instagram, at Aramis Prime too, since, there is a Radio Free Cybertron on Instagram. I don't do nearly as much on there. I don't really check that, but Twitter, you could definitely find me. I am a Twitter addict, so.
Yeah, and on Twitter, you can find me at Jason S. Kirk. I made it real easy. Just my name with my initial.
Not Jason T. Kirk?
No, unfortunately. Although, that would be a little wishy-washy anyways, but I wish my middle name were Tiberius. I don't know what my parents were thinking, but...
If you see me tweeting about an old guy, that's also probably him.
Oh, it absolutely is me,
typically.
Yes.
And then you can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. And that's where our money went this week. Please support this show by using tfradio.net/Amazon, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
This has been There Goes My Money.